Welcome to your coverage of Missoula's sports heroes. You're tuned in to the Missoula Prep Sports Network live stream of local sports.
Ladies and gentlemen,
This presentation of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness, the only gym from Montana for Montana.
Check it out.
MPSN is your leader in Missoula's prep sports.
Woo!
We now take you to the action on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Everybody hustles out there, okay, guys? Nobody quits.
Happy Father's Day, everyone. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we broadcast live from the Harris Field in Lewiston, Idaho for the Dwight Church Tournament, the final day of games. And, well, folks, the Missoula Mavericks have played their way into the championship game this afternoon. That's right, folks. There is a possible scenario with a three-way tie, but regardless with the three-way tie, Missoula is automatically in with wins over the other three teams that are involved with the tie. Well, that would be, with the game coming up after this one, the Lewis and Clark Twins and the Mercedes-Benz of Seattle. They're both 2-2. The winner of that game could be a possible 3-2 on the tournament. And then the Flames, they would get the win over the Cardinals in the game before this one to go 3-2. So it's the Flames, the Mavericks, and then the outcome of Seattle and the Twins. We've got the Legion Oath being
We will now do the American Legion Baseball Code of Sportsmanship.
the Legion Baseball Code of Sportsmanship, and we'll go ahead and leave it on for that and let you listen in.
The rules. Keep faith with my teammates. Keep my temper. Keep myself fit. Keep a stout heart in defeat. Keep my pride under in victory. Keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Would you now?
All right, folks, we're going to step aside while they have the national anthem. When we come back, we'll have starting lineups and first pitch.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Montana owned and Montana proud. Your $29 a month Montana Mega Gym. Fuel has premier facilities with the latest equipment, nutrition superstores, high energy classes, refreshing smoothie bars, attentive childcare, expert trainers, and we never close. Best of all, you have access to 6 locations statewide for just $29 a month. That's less than $1 a day. Get Montana strong at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition. Go to clubfuelfitness.com right now to find a Montana location near you.
Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning! This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. As we move to the start of the game, we'll have our starting lineups for the Missoula Mavericks, who are the visiting team. It's Brendan Hill, the center fielder, to lead off. He's number 3. Number 7, Dane Frazier, the first baseman, will bat second. Batting third is the shortstop, number 2, Stuart Long. Standing on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound is number 13, Terad Richardson, batting fourth. Batting fifth is the right fielder, number 8, Thomas Martin. Bridger Johnson will be in left field, number 10. He's batting sixth. Batting seventh is Drew Stensrud, number 5, holding down third base. It's Staten Bay that's going to hold down second base. He's number 1 and is batting 8th, and rounding out the order is the catcher, number 14, Andrew Clausen. So Trad Richardson getting the call on the 5 Valley Auto mound for the Mavericks. Now for the Cannons, leading off will be their pitcher, Sam Gallahan, number 6. Batting second is number 8, Jaden Stowe. He's the catcher. Batting third is number 13, Nick Swenson, the shortstop. First baseman, number 20, Nick Berman, will bat fourth. Batting fifth is number 7, Dawson Rhodes. He's the third baseman. Batting sixth is number 14, Tyler Balkenbush. He's the right fielder. Number 16, Rory Schuler is the second baseman, batting seventh. Batting eighth is Von Vega, the center fielder, and he's number 9. Batting the bottom of the order is number 5, Trevor Hurt-Morin, the left fielder. So that's your starting lineups with Sam Gallahan loading up on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound as we speak, waiting for Brendan Hill. And it looks like our good friend Paul Yarbrough, the voice of the Missoula Mavericks, is listening in at hashtag Our Town is Superior. Happy Father's Day, Paul. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. Hope you're enjoying a relaxing day. Tuned in for some Mavericks baseball. Brendan Hill now at the plate.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 3, Brendan Hill.
As we get set to go, the Mavericks are already set for the championship game, with the determining figures coming down at the end of the game after this one. So the Mavericks, I hate the term throwaway game, but this one is just about getting in and getting some work before that championship game. First pitch is at 1:34 here locally in Lewiston. We got a game time temp as it'll come up as ball 1. Here's Hill up the middle, and Hill's going to load up on the field as we've got 83 degrees with a 3-mile-an-hour wind out of the southeast. So Hill at first to start the Mavericks off with a hit.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 7, Dane Frazier.
Takes us to Dane Frazier. Frazier on first base, and he has been a monster coming back from that ICL injury in the elbow. And Gallahan's going to step off of the rubber to put Hill back at first. As we set in for the Cannons, I apologize. They're 1-3 on the tournament. They're 1 win coming over the Cardinals to start their tournament. Here's the pitch, and a foul ball that's going to shoot up over our heads. We'll start Frazier out at 1-0, or 0-1. Gorgeous day here in Lewiston. There's some big beefy clouds to the south of us here. Probably going to bring the humidity up. Here's the pitch. And Frazier with a foul ball down the first baseline will go to strike 2. And Frazier this weekend, he has been getting into a great stride into the conference portion of the season. And then coming into the tournament, he has just been batting very well. And he would have add a home run under his belt during the tournament, making it 2 for him. There's a throw back to first. 1-2 to Frazier. Hill at first. And a pitch over the plate will be a strikeout for Frazier. 1 out, Hill at first as Stuart Long will come to the plate.
Batting for the Mavericks, number 2, Stuart Long.
And it looks like we might be putting Hill into motion. I've got a little helper in the booth here with me as Lawrence King is hanging out in the air conditioning while he can. Here's the pitch. Hill's going to go. The throw to second, and Hill will beat the ball. It's going to roll into center field, and he's going to jump on the accelerator and make his way to third. So it'll be a stolen base and then an additional base off the air. And we wait for Stuart Long. So the Mavericks being aggressive once again, especially with Hill. He has got a great stride, as this one will be behind the head of Long to go 0-2, or 2-0, sorry. Trad Richardson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks, 1 out. Here's the stretch. And we'll get strike 1. To Long. And it seems as though those early games really got these guys together, as this one's going to bounce down the line to third, and the third baseman cannot handle it. And Long will reach with Hill coming across the plate, and the Mavericks strike first. Well, 1-0.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 30.
And they are going to call that an error on the third baseman. So we come to Trad Richardson. With the Mavericks leading as time is called. Mavericks jumping on the board right out of the gate, 1-0. And they've been earning runs early through the tournament, as it's outside on Richardson for strike 1. Trad getting in the mix to pitch today. And trying to look for the same spot is Gallahan, but we'll be at 1-1. Here's the pitch. Runner's going to go. Richardson will swing. The throw to second is made, and Long will slide in time. A stolen base. Richardson swinging takes us to strike 2. The Mavericks putting boys in motion right out of the gate. So that championship game will be at 6:30 Missoula time, 5:30 locally here in Lewiston. Here's the pitch as time is called by Richardson. 1-2 on the count, 1 out. Long standing at second. Hill coming up with the first run of the game. Here's the pitch. And a swing. It does have contact, so Richardson will bat again off the foul ball. Mavericks back in action for conference play on Tuesday night as they stay on the road and play Helena for a pair of games. First pitch at 5. We'll have the voice of Mavericks baseball, Paul Yarbrough, on the call of that game. I know he's super excited about that. And the pitch. Richardson fouled on the first base line. Gallahan taking a moment. Stowe, the catcher, keeps it in front of him, and we'll get ball 2 now to Richardson. Long steps away from second. Now the stretch and set. And it's inside to bring us to a full count at 3-2. Maverick fans sitting down the first base line. Mavericks do have the third base dugout, but the Twins fans have awnings set up down there, so the Mav fans mixing it up with the Cannon fans up there, and some Twins as well. Richardson's going to have this one foul. It'll be in the glove of the first baseman, and that is out number 2. Long will hold on second. That takes us to Thomas Martin. Martin hanging out in right field today. Normally he holds down that second base spot. Pitch outside will be ball 1. Martin pitching for the first time in game over the weekend. Last weekend, I should say. As this one takes Martin in the back, and we get one on the bases off the hit by pitch. So 2 outs. Martin at first and Long at second, bringing up Bridger Johnson, the left fielder. And this one's going to be in the dirt. Runners will hold on bases as Stowe will chase it down for ball 1. For the Cannons, they'll have Gallahan, Stowe, and Swenson to lead off the bottom of the first. Here's the 1-0. And stepping off, Long getting back just in time. Our field umpire says safe. It's Drew Stensrud, the number 7 spot batter, in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs and runners at first and second. And they're going to go back to second once again. The Mavericks have been aggressive this weekend once they load on the bases. And teams watching, they've seen it. So they're trying to stick those runners on the base as we get ball 2 now to Johnson. Inside pitch makes it 3-0. Johnson has been a force on this AA squad in 2019. He's been tearing up the outfield as that pitch will walk Johnson to load the bases. And that will bring out the manager for the Cannons, Coach Sharp, to check in with his pitcher. We've got the Mavericks Memorial Tournament coming up next weekend. Before you head out to Lindbergh Craig Field, stop in to our friends at Fast Trip Conoco and fill up your cooler. Grab some ice. They've got some cold drinks. And maybe you're going to be heading out to town for camping. They've got the most convenient pumps in town. They've also got Magic Touch Car Wash right there in the parking lot. Magic Touch Car Wash, Fast Trip Conoco with a gas and cleanup special right now. Magic Touch Car Wash and Fast Trip Conoco, located on South Avenue across from Larchmont Golf Course, and proud sponsors of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. So we come to Drew Stensrud after the conference on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound with loaded bases and 2 outs for the Mavericks. Top of the first inning. Mavs with 1 run earned by Hill, as Gallahan will put this over the plate for strike 1. Drew Stensrud, another addition to the Double-A squad from the A level that has really shown some good play. He's been over at first and third with Trad Richardson on the mound. He's playing at third, and then when Frazier's in the outfield or pitching, as this one's going to get away, they're going to bring runners home, and Long will slide across the plate before the tag, and the Mavericks earn their second run with runners at second and third off the wild pitch. So Drew Stensrud now facing, and they're going to mark it as a strike on the board. So it is a ball. Okay. Lawrence confirms. 1-1 on the count, so I am behind. That's what the situation is. And the pitch over the plate will make it strike 2 now. 1-2 to Stensrud. Johnson at second. And Martin at third. Here's the pitch. And it's upstairs. Ball 1. It looked like Dax Frazier's made his way over. So Cody might be done with her tournament in Spokane, as this is going to be outside. They thought that was strike 3, but we'll be even. Three and 2. Here's the pitch. And a walk to reload the bases. Takes us to the number 8 spot batter. That'd be the second baseman, number 1, Dayton Bay.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 1, Dayton Bay.
Here's the pitch. Outside, and we'll have ball 1. So Dayton Bay holding down second today. Him and Martin have been swapping out at that second base position. Both of them doing well. Bay is a little speed demon, as he's going to show bunt. And we'll have ball 2. And Bay had a beautiful bunt yesterday. I know I raved about it quite a bit. I'll do it one more time, and then I won't rave about it anymore until Bay gets to bat next time. But he laid the bunt down, and it landed right on the edge of the fringe and rolled about 2 feet. Here's a swing for strike 1. It was everything the catcher, the third baseman, and the pitcher could do to get to it. And there's the bunt laid down. This one will have play, and they're going to say foul. And everybody will retake their spots. And we'll be at 2-2. With Bay at the plate, the bottom of the order is in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks with 2 outs, loaded bases. Here's the 2-2. Good job by Stowe to keep it in front of him. And we get a full count. Here's the payoff pitch. And a swing, foul ball, and Bay will continue at the plate. Top of the first, Mavericks with 2 runs on the board. Runner's going to go. This one's going to be down the third base line, picked up. The throw to first is on target. The bag is stuck, and that is the side. The Mavericks earn 2, leave 3, and it's Mavericks on top. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
When your workout window is small, you don't want to travel far, wait for parking, and hope for an open machine. Let Fuel Fitness and Nutrition ignite your life with no waiting. Fuel has plentiful parking and 30,000 square feet of weight and cardio training equipment. When you want it, you'll get it at Fuel. Businesses, don't hesitate to sign up with Fuel. We have enough parking and equipment to handle your entire staff and 24/7 access so they can get in shape around work schedules. Ignite your life with no waiting at Fuel Fitness and Nutrition in the Holiday Village Shopping Center.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball tournaments.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have the bottom of the first with the Spokane Cannons having their first opportunity to bat on the day. Mavericks leading 2-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. With Trad Richardson on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. It's Sam Gallahan, the pitcher, leading things off for the Cannons. Jaden Stowe, the catcher, and Nick Swenson in the hole with Stowe on deck. So Richardson will get ready for his first pitch of the game, and ironically it would be this tournament last year that Richardson would have his first trip to the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And the first pitch by Richardson will be outside for a ball. And that would be a game that he would come in relief, as this one has contact, and we go 1-1 on the foul ball. And outside pitch. As Gallahan will be patient. 3-1. And this one's going to be hit right over the head of Bay. It's going to roll into right field. And the Cannons will load a runner on to start their game, their at bat. So that takes us to the catcher, Jaden Stowe, as Richardson will deliver on the outside of the plate for strike 1. Richardson, and that's the pickoff at first for the first out. Great job by the veterans, Richardson and Frazier. That clears the bases. One and one on the count for Stowe. And he'll put this one into play. Picked up by Long. The throw to first. Frazier sticks the bag, and that's 2 away. Brings up the shortstop, Nick Swenson.
Number 13, Nick Swenson.
2 outs. Nobody on. And an inside pitch for ball one. Nope, they're going to say strike. Okay. Richardson just outside to give that one. Ball one. Time is called. So the Cannons 1 and 3. Next up will be Mercedes-Benz and the Cardinals as a pitch over the plate brings up strike 2. Winner of that game, both of them 2 and 2, so the Mavericks at 3 and 2 and the Flames at 3 and 2. Mavericks with wins over the Flames and the Twins gives them automatic bid as we get ball 2 into the championship game later on this afternoon. This one's a line drive into the glove of Stensrud, and he'll roll it to the mound. Mavericks hold him off. We have the top of the second right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Warning, warning.
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning. This is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop into 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network at Harris Field in Lewiston, Idaho for the Dwight Church Tournament. The Missoula Mavericks taking on the Spokane Cannons. Happy Father's Day, everyone. I hope you're out there enjoying the Father's Day. You've got the phone tuned in with MPSN's coverage of the tournament so you can cheer on your Missoula Mavericks.
Number 14.
It'll be the bottom of the order to start the inning for the Mavericks. That's the catcher, Dayton Bay, with Sam Gallahan on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Pitch upstairs will start us out with ball 1. Mavericks earning 2 runs in that first inning. This one's popped into the gap. It's got some legs, some distance. It'll roll. Clausen grabs a gear, rounds first. He's on his way to second, and Hathaway will hold him up with a double. And the Mavericks in business. And they're going to bring out Parker Stevens to run for Clausen. He's the catcher, so I imagine they're going to be putting the gear on so that Clausen is ready to go after.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 3, Brendan Hill.
So we swing to the top of the order with Brendan Hill. An outside pitch, and Stevens is going to go ahead and run. This is going to be a slide, and the ball is going to roll into left field. They send Stevens as the ball is thrown, and the Mavericks will earn a run. Stevens coming home to make it 3-0. And Hill still waits for his first pitch of the inning. So the Mavericks lead 3-0. 1 ball. Okay. Got to stop looking at the scoreboard. It's a bad habit of mine, as Hill's going to get pegged, and that'll bring out Cannons, and we might see a change here. There's the ball being handed over, the handshake, and that'll be the end of the day on the mound for Gallahan. We'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll have your new pitcher on the mound. Right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck, because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We've got a new face on the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and that would be Van Vega. So Vega and Gallahan will swap spots, with Gallahan going to center field, and it'll be Vega's opportunity to pitch now for the Cannons. Dane Frazier is our batter, getting ready to go, with Brendan Hill standing on first base. No outs on the board. Top of the second inning.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 7, Dane Frazier.
Frazier looks down the line to get the signal from Brent Hathaway, the manager for the Mavericks, the third base coach. 29 seasons with the club, 28 of those at the helm. And Frazier will see a pitch over the plate for strike one. Frazier struck out his first at bat. Here's the pitch, and it's upstairs to even us out. And as I mentioned, Dane being a force with this season. Here's Hill on the move. Throw to second, and it's going to be behind. Hill bounces, dances, and now will stay at second with the stolen base. And Frazier at 2-1. And that'll bring up a conference between Stowe and Vega. And Hill out there stealing bases. Yesterday we had Thomas Martin with 3 in the first game that the Mavs played. Or no, that was on Friday. I apologize. But Hill standing out there on second, and he has really improved his speed. Not that he was a slow guy last year, but it seems like he's found another gear. I'd like to see what his first to third time versus home to second time is, as we get a pitch to make it 3-1. And I've heard, as far as speed-wise, comparisons with Jovetic, as Frazier will be walked to put runners at first and second. Now the shortstop checks in with Vega. Runners at first and second, no outs for the Mavericks.
Number 2, Stuart Long.
Here's the pitch. And looking for it is Stowe. That allows the runners to advance. And now the threat at third with Hill once again. It'll be ball 1 for Long. Long reaching off an error his first at bat. And another wild pitch. Nope, they're going to say hit by pitch. And it's loaded bases for the Mavericks. Takes us to the Mavericks pitcher, Trad Richardson.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 13, Trad Richardson.
So Richardson with an infield fly his first at bat. He'll take this one into right field. Right fielder's going to track it down. On the dive, it bounces past. There's the tag. Runners will advance from second and third. They'll swing around Long from first. Richardson stands up as third as the ball comes in, and the Mavericks will add runs on the board to make it 6-0 here in the top of the second with no outs.
Pitch running number 9, Connor Daniels. Now at the plate, number 8, Thomas Martin.
Takes us to Thomas Martin. And Connor Daniels is now running for Trad Richardson. So it'll be 0-1 to the right fielder. 1-1 now. Vega with the pitch, and that's going to tag Martin, and that'll put runners on the corners for the Mavericks. Takes us to Bridger Johnson.
Now batting number 10, Bridger Johnson.
You get this late in the tournament, folks, and, well, you're kind of looking for arms to make it through the final couple of games. Mavericks have been in that situation before. Maverick fans understand that. I'm sure the Cannon fans know well if you're a Legion baseball fan. As Johnson will see ball 1. Johnson walked his first at bat. Connor Daniels at third for Richardson, and Martin at first, as this one comes over the plate to even out the count at 1 apiece. Van Vega on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the pitch. Inside, Martin will go ahead and grab second. And we go two and one. As a swing will bring up strike 2 by Johnson. Johnson's got a good motor as well. Here's the stretch and set by Vega. And a foul ball. Keeps us at 2-2. It'll be the 4, 5, 6 batters up for the Cannons in the bottom of the second. We're at 3-2 now with no outs. Mavericks with runners at second and third. Martin at second and Connor Daniels at third. Here's the pitch, and Johnson will be walked to load the bases.
Now batting for the Mavericks.
And we go to Drew Stensrud, the third baseman. Johnson at first, Martin at second, and Daniels at third. Here's the pitch, and Stensrud will let it go by for strike one. So the Mavericks with a doubleheader in Helena on Tuesday, and then it's the the Maverick Memorial Tournament. We're at the Dwight Church, but the Maverick Memorial Tournament coming up next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And the updated schedule, I will post it on the Missoula Prep Sports Network tomorrow. I want to get through this schedule before we start getting ready for next weekend, but we're going to have a good selection of teams in Missoula next weekend. Here's a pop over first. First baseman waves him off, and he can't put it in the glove. Throw to second will have Johnson out, and Daniels will score. There's one away. They do get an out off of Are they going to call Stensrud out? So the infield fly rule takes effect here with Stensrud out. So that'll leave Martin at second, and we get at third, and that brings out another conference with Dayton Bay coming up. And the conference trying to get the infield set here for the Cannons. But next weekend for the Mavericks tournament, and I would encourage you folks, if you're in the Missoula area, to come out. You're going to see some great baseball. They've got a delicious concession stand and one of the most beautiful views in all of Legion baseball. Centralia, Washington will be in town, as well as Central Washington. The Twins from right here will be in Missoula as well with the Walla Walla Bears. So if you're in the Missoula area next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, stop in at Lindbergh Craig Field. You're going to be in for a treat because it's going to be a great tournament. Last year we had a little rain. We're scheduled for some nicer weather, so we'll have lots of baseball going on. And check the Missoula Prep Sports Network website. We'll have the times for the tournament. Bay's going to lay down the bunt, and it'll be strike one on the foul ball. For the Cannons, their infield, as Bay will roll this one up. The shortstop will pick it up. The throw to first is going to be made, but Bay is going to beat the ball as Martin comes home, and the Mavericks will add a run to the board to make it 8-0 here in the top of the second. As we come to Andrew Clausen, and Clausen's going to take a pitch to the back. get back on. And we'll have runners at first and second. That brings Parker Stevens back out to run for Clausen.
Number 18, Parker Stevens.
As we swing to the top of the order,
For the Mavericks, number 3, Brendan Hill.
Brendan Hill. So the Mavericks have played through their order as Clausen led the inning, and we'll have strike one to Hill. Hill single his first at bat, and then he would be hit by a pitch earlier in this inning to get himself on. And he'll reach for this one. Foul for strike two. Hill, a multi-sport athlete. As the pitch will bring up a ball one. Football player. Really great slot receiver for that Sentinel Spartan football program. And then he does play well on the basketball court, has good court vision. As this one will be fouled into the netting. Stay at 1 and 2. He did play his freshman year at Sentinel on the basketball program, but then decided to concentrate on baseball his sophomore year and got into the warehouse with the boys during the winter season, which is a huge thing to get you ready for the season as we go 2 and 2. Van Vega on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, trying to work his way out of the inning with 2 outs. And Hill puts this one past the third baseman. They'll hold up Bay at third, and that will load the bases up for the Mavericks. We come to Dane Frazier with loaded bases with 2 outs. Here in the top of the second inning, Mavericks lead 8-0 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Here's the pitch outside, and that will get away, and Hathaway has everybody hold on their bases for ball one. Frazier with a strikeout and a walk today. And a foul ball now takes us to an even count at 1. We saw Dane's dad here this morning, Dax, and he was over in Spokane with Dane's little sister, Cody, who's really taken a shine over there at Sentinel. We'll be talking about her here in the next coming years as we get ball 2. Played volleyball. She was a 3-sport athlete this year for the Sentinel Spartans. Volleyball, basketball, and softball. As we'll get ball 3 now. Here's the pitch. Frazier foul. Brings it to a full count. 3 and 2. I want to say hello to all of the Spokane Cannons fans that have tuned in for this one, as well as the Missoula Maverick fans, the faithful. I spoke to a couple of Cannon fans, and they were excited that the game was going to be streamed as their person wasn't able to make it. And this one is foul. It's got lots of leg, but it's on the wrong side of the yellow pole. And we'll stay 3 and 2. Frazier knocked one out of this park earlier in the tournament. Did it Friday in the first game. And he's been a monster at the plate this year. And a walk will bring home Bay and keep the bases loaded as we go to Stuart Long. And it's now 9-0 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So Stuart Long at the plate.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 2, Stuart Long.
Long puts this one in play. Shortstop's going to call everybody off. Puts it in the glove, and that will retire the side. The Mavericks with 7 runs here in the top of the second while they leave runners on base. They lead 9-0. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Coming this summer, Milk Crate Media 406 will be the home to a new group of local podcasts to highlight our great state of Montana and the people within it. Starting with a local show to promote Missoula sports athletes. Next, a podcast that will take a look at worldviews. Then a show that will entertain you while informing you about Montana's great outdoors. And finally, a podcast that will take a look at the people and places that make Montana great. Stop by mcratemedia.com to see the full line of new podcasts.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we have the bottom of the second inning, the Missoula Mavericks leading the Spokane Cannons 9-0. It's Terad Richardson on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. For the Mavericks. And time will be called by our plate umpire. And Richardson will deliver ball 1 to start the inning. So Nick Berman at the plate for the Cannons. 4, 5, 6 batters. Berman, Rhodes, and Balkenbush. As we get ball 2 now. There's a crank over second base. Hill goes to an E, and the Cannons will load a runner on in back-to-back innings. We go to number 7, Dawson Rhodes, the third baseman for the Cannons with 1 on and no outs. Richardson sets on the rubber. And a swing will bring up strike 1. Trad Richardson on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. A rare occurrence, as this one will slide over the plate to bring up strike 2. His first pitch would come in this tournament on Friday, as he'll strike out the batter for out number 1.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 14, Tyler Balkenbush.
We go to Tyler Balkenbush, the right fielder now, and he'll put this one down the first base line. Martin trying to get out there, but it's going to land about 6 feet in front of him, and we'll have strike 1 off the foul ball. Puts Rory Schuler in the on-deck circle. And the pitch gets away from Clausen, allows the runner to advance to second. And will be 1-1 on the count. Pitch over the plate. Brings up strike two. 1-2 on the count. So the Mavericks will play at 6:30 Missoula time in the championship game. The game coming up after this one determines who they will see, as this one's popped into the glove of Long, and that's 2 away, with Berman staying at second.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 16, Rory Schuler.
Here's Rory Schuler now. Outside for ball one. So Trad Richardson on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound with 2 outs. And a runner at first. Here's the 1-0. And it'll be in play. Long will pick it up in the dirt, bobbles it, makes a throw to first. It will not be in time, and the runner will reach off the air. We go to Van Vega,
Now batting for the Cannons,
the pitcher.
Van Vega.
And it's delivered over the plate for strike one to Vega. Number 8 spot batter for the Cannons, so the bottom of the order in the on-deck circle with 2 outs. Here's the 0-1 by Richardson. And we'll have ball one, 1-1 on the count. Here's the pitch. Nope, throw to third. And Stensrud cannot hold on to the ball. This will advance runners. And the Cannons will have their first run of the game to make it 9-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. So the Cannons earning a run. Here's the 1-1 to Vega, and it'll make it ball 2. Throw to second, and there's the pickoff to end the side. Once again, Richardson will have the out on the pick play. We go to the top of the third. Mavericks leading 9-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Stitches of Missoula is your resource for embroidery and screen printing. Give Stitches a call today at 406-529-2632 to speak with their super friendly staff and have them take care of your embroidery needs. From business logos to team jerseys, Stitches Embroidery can help you and your team look good. Check them out online at stitchesmontana.com to see their full line of silkscreen and embroidery options. Stitches is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Top of the third. Mavericks lead 9-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Mavericks, it's the 4, 5, 6 batters. Richardson to lead off. Martin on deck and Johnson in the hole. Van Vega on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for his next inning of duty. He would come in the second inning for Gallahan. So Richardson settles in. Vega with the first pitch of the inning, and Richardson's going to foul it into the netting for strike one. Here's the pitch, and Richardson pops it down the first base line, and it's going to land just shy. Right fielder cannot get to it, and we'll have strike two. Richardson has been heavy on the bat this year for the Mavericks as well. He had a triple his last at-bat. He's 1 for 2 infield fly his first at-bat. But he's part of the home run group for the Mavericks. As this one's going to be rolled up, the shortstop can get to it. Here's the throw to first. It's rocketed over, and that's one away here in the top of the third. Brings up Thomas Martin.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 8, Thomas Martin.
Martin settles in. Both his plate appearances have been hit by pitches. He's going to slice this one down the first base line. It'll land 2 feet out of play, and the foul ball will bring up strike one. Martin worked hard to take over that second base position for the Mavericks. His older brother James holding it for the past 3 seasons, and he wanted to come in and prove that he could play. So worked very hard, put himself there, and then with some changes to personnel as we get ball one, he has found himself in the outfield. And he's doing well out there as well. Here's the pitch by Vega, and it's back outside for ball two. 2-1 on the count, 1 out and nobody on, top of the third. And Martin will move to 3-1. Bridger Johnson in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Nobody on and 1 out. Top of 3. And Martin will be walked.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 10, Bridger Johnson.
Brings us to Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks, as Vega will come in upstairs for ball one. Mavericks lead 9-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. And a foul ball will bring up strike one to Johnson. Johnson walked for both his plate appearances. Throw to first. Mavericks have been successful with the pickoff play twice today. Here's the stretch and set for Johnson. And there's a pitch for ball two. It's Jaden Stowe behind the plate for the Cannons. Dawson Rhodes at third, Nick Swenson at short, Rory Schuler at second, and Nick Berman holding down first. That's your infield set with Vegas on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. As we come to 3-1 on the count. Hurt Morin is in left, Gallahan in center, and Balkenbush in right. And Johnson will take this one to Balkenbush. He'll stance, puts it in the glove. And Martin will hold at first with 2 outs now.
Now batting for the
Takes us to Drew. Sorry, folks, had a sneeze sneak up as Drew Stensrud comes to the plate. He's going to smack this one high, foul, and in the glove of the third baseman, and that will retire the side. So the Mavericks have a goose egg for the first time on the game. It stays 9-1. We'll be back with the Cannons portion of the third right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community. Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the third, Mavericks lead the Cannons 9-1 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. It'll be Van Vega to lead things off with Hurt Morin in the on-deck circle. Trad Richardson stands on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and he'll come outside on the left-handed batter for ball one. Here's the pitch, and Richardson will deliver ball two. The Mavericks have the third base dugout here at Harris Field. And we'll move to ball three now against Vega. Vega's first plate appearance on the game. Here's the pitch, and Richardson will walk the first batter of the bottom of the third. Takes us to the bottom of the order. Trevor Hurt Moran with one on and no outs. Here's the pitch by Richardson. And we'll come to ball four. So 5 ball pitches in a row by Richardson. Richardson normally holds down third base for the Mavericks. Runner's going to go at first. Inside pitch. The throw is made, and they're going to say safe at second. Stolen base by Vega. Pitch thrown was a strike. So 0-2 on the count to Hurt Morin. And a foul ball. They're going to say in play. Frazier sticks the bag, and that is out number one. Runner will advance to third. And that'll take us back to the top of the order.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 6, Sam Gallahan.
Takes us to Sam Gallahan with one out, runner at third. Here's the pitch. This one's going to be cranked into left field. It's going to have some ride with the bounce. That'll bring home Vega as Gallahan stands at first, and the Cannons make it 9-2.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 2.
And we go to the catcher now, Jaden Stowe, with one out, one on, and the throw to first on the pickoff attempt. So The Cannons with runs so far in the second and third inning, taking one ladder rung at a time to build back up as we get strike one on the foul ball to climb back into this game down 9-2 to the Mavericks. Here's the pitch. And Clausen keeps it in front of him. Evens us out at 1 apiece on the count. But Richardson, a 6'3", 210-pound right-hand player for the Mavericks. As we get a swing for strike 2. Graduate of Frenchtown High School this year, 2019 graduate. This is his third year with the AA squad as we get the throw back to first. Catcher, third baseman, as we go even on the count. Has had some time in the outfield, and well, you see his starting debut. Runner's going to go. This one smacked foul, and we'll have the count stay at 2-2 on the foul ball. Ground out for Stowe, his first at-bat. Here's the pitch by Richardson. And this one will have play as it rolls into right field, and that'll be runners at first and second now for the Cannons. And we go to the shortstop, Nick Swenson. 2 on, 1 out. 1 run earned so far here in the bottom of the third for the Cannons. Swenson steps to the plate. The stretch and set by Richardson. And a swing. We'll bring up strike 1. A line drive out for Swenson, his first at bat. A tri-sport athlete is Richardson, as this one is outside for ball 1. Richardson, a standout soccer player, and as he'll deliver this pitch, it'll go foul for strike 2. But he would kick field goals for Frenchtown High School this year as well for their football program. So he played soccer and football this last fall for Frenchtown. And Richardson plays the same position I played when I played soccer back in high school, and that would be the sweeper position. Time is called. And he's got the height I wish I had when I was his age to go with that sweeper position, but when you're short like I am, you learn to get hops. Here's the 1-2 by Richardson. And we'll have ball 2. Here, no throw, as runners will take the bases. Two and 2 on the count. And a full count now for Richardson. 3-2. And I've got one too many runs up there for the Cannons. I apologize, as the runner will be walked to load the bases. 1 out, loaded bases for the Cannons as the first baseman, Nick Berman, comes to the plate. And Richardson delivers over the plate for strike one. So Swinson at first now. Stowe at second. And Gallahan at third. This one's rattled out. Picked up by Stewart. The throw down the first. And Frazier lays out. The double play is turned. And that will retire the side. One run earned, 3 left behind, and it's now 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Top of 4 right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Advertising on the web can be intimidating. Where do you start? What is the most effective way to reach the audience you are targeting? Milk Crate Media can help you reach your audience, whether it is social media marketing or creating a unique commercial for streaming or for radio advertising. Milk Crate Media can help you build a new website or rebuild your existing website that will bring users back again and again. Visit www.mcratemedia.com today. Milk Crate Media is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports in Missoula and the surrounding valley.
Hey, are you gonna try out that new gym? I hear it's really cheap.
Not a chance. They don't have group exercise classes with awesome instructors like we get at Fuel. And the owners are in New York City.
What?
New York City!
Mm-hmm. The New York way is not the Montana way, so no way.
Fuel Fitness and Nutrition, your Montana born and bred fitness chain. And unlike the others, we never close.
Welcome back to MPSN as we hop to the top of the 4th inning. Mavericks leading 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, with the Cannons earning a run. They've got runs in the 2nd and 3rd to make it 9-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. For the Cannons, it's Van Vega on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. The Mavericks will have the bottom of their order, the 8-spot batter, number 1, Dayton Bay, to lead off with Andrew Clausen in the on-deck circle. So Clausen in the on-deck. Bay settles in, and Vega now stands on the rubber on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and Bay will be tagged to load a runner on for the Mavericks.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 14, Andrew Clausen.
Brings up the bottom of the order, Andrew Clausen for the Mavericks. As we've got the manager for the Cannons coming out to check in with our umpire, Kyle Graham. Clausen the catcher, and he's had Parker Stevens come in and run for him. And they're discussing whether Bay was actually hit. The manager for the Cannons stating that he stuck his elbow out, and he's not satisfied with the call, and he'll walk back to the dugout with Graham behind the plate. Clausen now settles in, 1 on, no outs, top of 4. Here's Vega with the stretch and set. And this one's going to hop right over the back netting, and 3 rows below us we'll have strike 1 on the foul ball. That one came over the top, looked real beautiful. Looks as though as this one's going to be rolled to the third baseman. He can't pick it up. The throw is going to be made, and Clausen's going to reach off of the error. And they'll bring Parker Stevens back in.
Pitcher running for the Mavericks, number 18, Parker Stevens. Now batting for the Mavericks, number 3, Brendan Hill.
Taking us to the top of the order, Brendan Hill now for the Mavericks. So Bay at first, or at second, I apologize, as this one will come over the plate for strike 1 to Hill. Bay at second, Stevens at first, running, as this one's going to get away, and they'll go ahead and advance runners on the wild pitch to make it an even count at 1 apiece. Vega now with the pitch, and Hill will send this one over the shortstop's head. Bay comes home. They're going to go ahead and swing around Stevens. The throw is made, and the Mavericks will earn 2 runs with Hill at first. And it'll make it 11-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 7, Dane Frazier.
Takes us to Dane Frazier now for the Mavericks with no outs. And Hill at first, and Frazier will see ball 1. Have to chuckle at our good friend Paul Yarbrough, as he just sent me a picture of the game up on his 55-inch TV as he's playing it off of his. And Frazier with another knock. Is this one going to make the fence? No, it'll hit the base of the fence. They're going to wave around Hill. Hill grabs a gear at third. Frazier will stand up at second, and the Mavericks will earn their 3rd run of the inning to make it 12-2.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 2, Stuart Long.
Takes us to Stuart Long now for the Mavericks. No outs. Runner at second. 3 runs earned to make it 12-2. And that's a pitch over the plate for strike 1 to Long. Long reached off an error, a hit by pitch, and then he had an infield fly. As he's going to pop this one down the third base line. It's got a hop and a roll as the left fielder's chasing it down. Long rounds the corner at first and stands up at second as the throw is made. Frazier will come home, and the Mavericks will add their 4th run of the inning. 13-2. And Trad Richardson back in. He's going to take a slice. This one's into right field, and the right fielder will come up. Can't wrap the glove around it, and Richardson will reach off the air with Long now making his way down the line, and we've got a pitcher up in the bullpen. Looks as though Dayton Bay is warming up for the Mavericks in the bullpen.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 8, Thomas Martin.
Martin now for the Mavericks with runners on the corners and no outs. Martin hit by a pitch twice and a walk, as we've got 1-1 on the count. Van Vega with the pitch, and Martin watches it come in for ball 2, 2-1 on the count. (13-2) is your score on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, as Martin's going to foul this one into the netting to bring us an even count at 2. Mavericks back in action on Tuesday night with a doubleheader. The Mavericks in Helena to take on the Bengals, or the Senators. The Bengals are the Helena High mascot, as Martin will be struck out for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 10.
And we go to Bridger Johnson. Dayton Bay warming up in the bullpen, as Johnson will see strike 1. Bridger Johnson walked his first 2 at bat, or plate appearances, and then a fly out his last. And this one he'll dance for. They're going to say hit by pitch, And it's loaded bases for the Mavericks with one out. Takes us to Drew Stensrud, the third baseman. Stensrud, very impressive young man this season, both at the plate and on the field, as this one's going to be outside for ball one to Stensrud. And he's another utility player for the Mavericks, and you could never have too many utility players on a team for sure, as Stensrud is going to have this one get behind him. It's going to be a ball pitch. Runners will advance off the wild pitch, and the Mavericks will now lead 14-2. Stuart Long stepping on the plate. And runners at second and third for the Mavericks. Here's the 2-0 to Stensrud. And it'll bring up ball three. Vega coming in the second inning after one batter seen by Gallahan in the top of the second. And Stensrud is walked to reload the bases, and Sharp is on his way out. I imagine we're going to see a pitching change as a young man comes running out of the dugout. We'll go ahead and step aside. Actually, it looks like a conference for right now, so we'll hold for just a moment. No change. The young man did come out of the dugout. Looked like he was going to make his way to third, and there the ball is handed over. So we'll have a pitching change right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network. We have the top of the fourth inning. Mavericks lead 14-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. A pitching change has happened as Dawson Rhodes has come to the Five Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Cannons. And that moves Rhodes over from third. Van Vega will be done for the day as he goes to the dugout, and that'll bring in Keegan Cottrell for the Cannons. The Mavericks have loaded bases and one out as we set the scene here in the top of the fourth. Trad Richardson stands at third, Bridger Johnson at second, and Drew Stensrud at first with Dayton Bay at the plate. So Cannons looking for a change. Now with these tournaments, and we're not going to get ahead of ourselves too far, but the way that the tournament rules work, all games are 7 innings. There is no time limit. 30 minutes between each game. There's an 8-run rule after 5 innings. Home team determined by a coin toss, and the team with the best overall record automatically qualifies for championship game. as Bay will duck out of the way for ball one. Bay, 1 for 2. Hit by a pitch his last at bat. A ground out and then singled his second at bat. Here's the pitch by Rhodes. And that one will tag Bay in the shoulder. The hit by pitch will bring a runner home as there's no place to put him. And the Mavericks will add a run to make it 15-2. 1 out. We go to the bottom of the order. Andrew Clausen with 1 out.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 14, Andrew Clausen.
And loaded bases. Here's the pitch. Clausen will swing for strike 1. So Dawson Rhodes now on the bump. Here's the pitch. And we're even at 1 on the count. Rhodes inherits runners. Mavericks with 6 runs so far in the 4th. As Clausen will take a swing for strike 2. And Clausen is struck out for the second out of the inning. So with 2 outs on the board and loaded bases, we come to the top of the order, Brendan Hill for the Mavericks. And a pitch outside will bring up ball 1. Hill is part of the home run club for the Mavericks in 2019, as last weekend he would have an in-the-park home run. The little speed demon, as I like to call him. He'll get ball 2 now. Pitch on the way. And we move to ball 3. For Hill today, he's 3 for 3. A single, was hit by a pitch his second at bat, and then finished out with singles his 3rd and 4th at bats. This one's punched upstairs. First baseman's looking for it, but it's going to come down on the backstop, and we'll have strike 1 to Hill. Three and 1, our umpire Graham says. Here's the pitch. And Hill will be walked as Johnson will come home on loaded bases. It's now 16-2 Mavericks on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and a very dangerous man at the plate with Dane Frazier. He knocked one over the fence on Friday. Earlier this inning, he would bounce one off the bottom of the wall where the Rogers sign is in outfield. And we'll have ball 1 to Frazier. Frazier's been walked twice, struck out his first at-bat. And then I just mentioned his double, as this one's going to fly over our heads on a foul ball. Makes it an even count at 1. And this catches the plate to bring up strike 2 to Frazier. Nod and a pitch from Dawson. And Frazier sends this one in the same spot he put the last one for a double. Only this one will hop twice before it gets to the warning track. They're going to bring around Stensrud and Bay, with Frazier standing at second and Hill at third, and the Mavericks add 2 more runs off of the double.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 2, Stuart Long.
Brings up Stuart Long now for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Rhodes, and he'll find the plate for strike 1. the Cannons coming out of Spokane. And Rhodes will find the outside of the plate for strike 2. Stuart Long 1 for 3. Doubled his last at bat. Here's the 0-2. And it's a drop third strike, the throw to first, and that is the side. The Mavericks earn 8, leave 1, and they lead 18-2 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. Cannons get to bat right after this.
MPSN is back to live stream the Montana Legion Baseball AA and State A tournaments this summer. Join us live from Billings, Montana for the State AA tournament and Florence, Montana for the State A tournaments, July 27th through the 31st for all the play-by-play action of every game. If you know of a local business in your community that would like to sponsor the coverage of the games on MPSN, please send us an email. MPSN. Legion Baseball's home for the 2019 Montana State Legion Baseball Tournament.
Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 55 years. Give Tip Coburn & Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn & Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get changes on the field. So I'm trying to work through those changes as we get to them. Just checking on everything. So Dayton Bay on the 5 Valley Yellow pitchers mound. We've got Thomas Martin at second. At third base is Jake Lintner. First base is Drew Stensrud.
At the bottom of the fourth for the Cannons, number 7, Dawson Rhodes.
So those are your changes as Richardson is done. And our batter is Dawson Rhodes, and his first pitch will be a strike. This is going to be a hit batter. And we go to Tyler Balkenbush.
Number 14, Tyler Balkenbush.
Here's the pitch. And Zach Hangus is in right field. That's the one I missed on the changes defensively, as Bay will deliver over the plate for strike 1 to Balkenbush. Upstairs, ball 2. So your infield for the Mavericks. At third is Lentner. Long at short. Martin at second, and Stensrud holding down first. Clausen remains behind the plate as an upstairs pitch makes it 3-1. And Dayton Bay on the 5 Valley Yellow pitcher's mound. Your left fielder is Bridger Johnson. Hill in center. And Hangus in right. As the ball pitch will walk the batter to put runners at first and second and no outs. We go to Rory Schuler.
Number 16, Rory Schuler.
He's the second baseman. Here's the pitch by Bay. And Bay will bring it in for ball 1. So Dayton Bay getting some time on the 5 Valley Yellow pitcher's mound. And this one's in the dirt for ball 2. And the Mavericks having a stacked veteran bullpen as they've got Chalmers, who I don't think we'll see this weekend, Dane Frazier, Brendan Hill, Zach Hangus, as this brings up ball 3 now for Schuler. Schuler reached off an error his first at bat. And then you sprinkle in Parker Stevens, as this one will come across the inside, and a walk batter will load the bases. Takes us to
Now batting for the Cannons, number 1, Keegan Cottrell.
Keegan Cottrell for the first time today. And Bay will place it on the outside of the plate on the left-hander for strike 1. This one's going to be bounced foul as we go 0-2. So 0-2 to Cottrell. And a hit batter will bring a runner home. And the Cannons will add a run to make it 17-3.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 5.
Bottom of the order, Trevor Hurt Morin. And here's a low pitch. Takes it to 2-0. Here's the pitch. And Bay will find the plate. Loaded bases for the Cannons. No outs. Here's the 1-1 by Bay. And we'll be in the dirt for a ball pitch. Makes it 3-1. And a walk will bring home a run for the Cannons. So Bay battling here in the 4th, and here comes Hathaway. He'll stroll out, calling time to speak with his pitcher on the situation at hand. If you're looking to upgrade your ride, as Martin is making his way out, and a change will happen on the mound. So we'll go ahead and step aside. When we come back, we'll see a new pitcher on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound for the Mavericks.
Do you have a property you'd like to sell? Maybe you're looking for a new place to call your own. Well, you're in luck, because the Kelly Touch is the local realtor for you. Whether small or large, the Kelly Touch would love to help you find your piece of Montana to call home. From Kalispell to Florence, the Kelly Touch has the experience to help you buy or sell property throughout western Montana. The Kelly Touch, your professional real estate needs met. The Kelly Touch is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network. If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by 5 Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, 5 Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. 5 Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN. Have you recently found yourself in a situation where you need a lawyer? Give our friends at Tip Coburn & Associates a call today. They have been practicing injury, employment, and criminal defense in addition to other areas of law for the past 60 years.
Give Tip Coburn and Associates a call today at 406-549-5186 or stop by their website at www.tipcoburnandassociates.com. Tip Coburn and Associates, lawyers fighting for Montana since 1959 and proud sponsors of Missoula Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton at Harris Field as we have a change on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. And on the mound for the Mavericks, throwing the first pitch as a ball, is Bridger Johnson. So Bridger Johnson on the 5 Valley pitcher's mound. Thomas Martin will move to left field for Johnson, and Dayton Bay slides from the mound to second base, and we'll have strike one now to Sam Gallahan. So Gallahan singles each of his first 2 plate appearances. Clausen chasing it down for ball 2. 2-1. And we've got action in the Maverick bullpen. I imagine we might be, as this one smacked into left field, that'll bring a runner home. They'll hold it up, and with no outs, the Cannons will have a hit and a run to make it 18-4.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 2, Mason Hammond.
With Mason Hammond coming to the plate. For the first time today. Here's the pitch, and Hammond will swing, and he'll be at 0-2 on the count. Here's Johnson with the pitch, and this one's lifted down the third base line, out of play, and the foul ball will keep us at 0-2. Trying to catch the numbers of the individuals that are down in the bullpen throwing. I know one of them is number 6, Bo King. Not quite sure if they would have him into play, though, as this one's going to come up for ball 1. As King suffered a strained hamstring on Tuesday night, his first at-bat against the Bozeman Bucks, and this is going to be a foul ball to stay at 1-2. I imagine he's warming up. Well, King's acting like he's pitching. And a swing, and that's a strikeout for the first out. So Johnson coming in and striking out Hammond.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 13, Nick Swenson.
And we go to Nick Swenson for the Cannons. 1 out, loaded bases. 3 runs earned for the Cannons here in the bottom of the 4th. Outside pitch, Clausen chases it down for ball 1. My assumption was that the pitching change would be Thomas Martin, but there's a very good possibility that Martin is going to be held for the championship game this afternoon, as we'll get strike 1 by Johnson. But that's just speculation by this guy, as it's back inside for a ball pitch. You never know, we might see Frazier and Chalmers tonight, but I imagine that those arms are being saved, and here's a swing for strike 2. We have Mavericks have conference play on Tuesday night, a doubleheader with Helena. And I just have a feeling that with only 2 conference games this week and a tournament coming up next weekend, Hathaway's saving his arms for those conference games. This one's lifted into center field, and Hill will put it in the glove. Here's the throw in. The runner at third will tag, and it's 1 away. Or 2 away after the sac fly, and a run to make it 18-5.
Now batting for the Cannons, number 20, Nick
With 2 outs, we come to Nick Berman, and the first pitch to Berman will be a ball. Banger into left field. Martin will come up on it, calls off long, and that will end the side. 4 runs earned, 2 left behind, and the Mavericks will have the top of the 5th. Right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is Missoula's one-stop shop for all your hockey and lacrosse needs.
Check this out.
It may be warm outside, but you can still take care of your hockey fix in their 1/3 sized indoor rink.
Really? Wow, crazy.
Stop in to 1010 North Avenue West and see what they have in store for your hockey needs. Hockey Wolf and Lacrosse Wolf is a proud sponsor of high school sports on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
If you're looking to upgrade your car, stop by Five Valley Auto Sales. From the moment you walk through the door, you'll be in for the best car buying experience ever. From their large inventory to their experienced staff, Five Valley Auto Sales is committed to helping you find the right car for you. View their featured vehicles online at www.5valleyautosales.com or stop by their location at 3300 South Reserve Street in Missoula. Five Valley Auto Sales is a proud sponsor of Prep Sports on MPSN.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton from the Missoula Prep Sports Network as we get set for the top of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 17-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. I've got 18, so I'm probably off there. With changes defensively, we're going to see some changes in the order. And the first one will be for Jake Lentner to come in and bat for Trad Richardson. So Lentner, Martin, and Johnson, 4, 5, 6 batters scheduled on the inning. It's Dawson Rhodes. Let's check that. Looked like a number 2 on the back of that jersey. It is a number 2, so a change on the pitcher's mound for the Cannons, as Mason Hammond will come in and pitch. And it'll be
Now pitching for the Cannons, number 2, Mason Hammond.
Hammond versus Lentner to start the top of the 5th.
Leading off the top of the 5th for the Mavericks, number 4, Jake Lentner.
Here's the pitch. And Lentner will foul it off for strike 1. Lentner, well, that young man battling back after an injury. He would throw 2 pitches at Lindbergh Craig Field. The second pitch, he would grab his arm, and he's got the same injury that Dane Frazier had as he watches the ball go by for ball 1. So he will not make a stand on the Five Valley pitcher's mound for the Mavericks anymore this season. But as you saw, this one's going to come off of the shoulder, and Lentner will be loaded up off of the hit by pitch. But just like Frazier last year, he has worked his way back in as a DH, and then his first play defensively since the injury,
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 8, Thomas.
with him coming in at third, and that's where he played before the injury. He was one of those pitchers that the Mavericks are sprinkling in, as Thomas Martin now stands at the plate for the Mavericks. And this pitch is low for a ball. Lentner steps away from first. And a swing. This one's high, deep, and not able to hold on to it as a center fielder. The center fielder and left field will run into each other. Hathaway is going to go ahead and bring around Lentner and hold up Martin at third, and the collision in the outfield allows Martin to stand at third, and he'll get a handshake from Hathaway.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 10, Bridger Johnson.
Brings up Bridger Johnson now for the Mavericks. And the first pitch to Johnson will be over the plate for strike one by Hammond. Martin at third, no outs. Here's the 0-1 by Hammond. And it'll be inside for ball one to even the count out. Drew Stensrud in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the pitch by Hammond. And it's over the plate to bring up strike two. So Mason Hammond coming in to finish off this game for the Cannons. Top of 5. And Stowe loses track of the ball. Puts us at an even count at 2 apiece. Here's the pitch by Hammond. And a roller. Third baseman can't get the glove on it. And Martin will score as Johnson stands at first.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 5, Drew Stensrud.
And we go to Drew Stensrud. Mavericks leading 20-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard. No outs, top of 5. We do have an 8-run rule at the tournament after 5 innings, as Stensrud is going to foul this one back for strike one. Dayton Bay in the on-deck circle for the Mavericks. Here's the stretch and pitch. Over the plate. We'll get strike two now. Mavericks will move on to the championship game as Stensrud will be struck out for the first out of the inning.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number
Takes us to Dayton Bay, the number 8 spot batter. 1 out, runner at first, and Bay will take a slice for strike one. Here's the pitch. And a hopper. Left fielder will come up, and it's the shortstop that will have the grab. The throw to first is made. And it will get away from the first baseman, but they'll keep Johnson at first. And Dayton Bay's pop will be out number 2.
Now batting for the Mavericks, number 14, Andrew Clausen.
We go to Andrew Clausen, bottom of the order for the Mavericks. 2 outs, Johnson at first. Here's the stretch and set. And a swing by Clausen will be strike one. Here's the pitch. And a swing. Clausen gets contact, but regardless, it'll be strike two for Clausen. He is 1 for 3, doubled his first at-bat, hit by a pitch his second, reached off an error his third, and his last at-bat he was struck out swinging. So 4 plate appearances for the catcher, this being his 5th. Here's the pitch. And it's a strikeout to end the side. They'll leave Johnson behind, the Mavericks do, but 2 runs are earned in the bottom of the 5th. Lots of work for the Cannons to do. We'll be back right after this on the Missoula Prep Sports Network.
Mike's Print and Copy is your locally owned print shop. Whether it's custom letterhead or business cards, Mike and his friendly staff understand that your business is important to you and will make sure that your project is handled in a professional and timely manner. Drop into Mike's Print and Copy to have them take care of your printing needs. Stop by 1503 South Russell or give them a call today at 406-728-3363 to have Mike's Print and Copy take care of your printing needs. Mike's Print and Copy is a proud sponsor of high school sports in Missoula and the surrounding community.
Warning! Warning!
Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash are at it again. They've taken what was already the best wash in town, the best value in town, and made it even better. Now, whenever you gas up your rig at Fast Trip Conoco, you can clean it up for half price. Yeah, you heard that right. When you fuel up your car at Fast Trip Conoco, you can get any wash at Magic Touch Car Wash for half price.
Warning, warning, this is not a drill.
It's the Gas It Up, Clean It Up special at Fast Trip Conoco and Magic Touch Car Wash on reserve across from Larchmont.
Half-price wash only valid when purchased at the pump or in Fast Trip Conoco.
Welcome back to MPSN. Chris Stratton for the Missoula Prep Sports Network. Bottom of the 5th inning. Mavericks lead 20-6 on the Fast Trip Conoco scoreboard, and I want to apologize to all the fans out there as I did not add the last run on for the Cannons in the bottom of the 4th. They earned 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th. 1 in the second and 1 in the 3rd to get their 6 runs. So I apologize to all of the Cannon fans out there. For the Cannons, it will be Dawson Rhodes. Bridger Johnson on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound, and Rhodes will take this one for a ride into right field as Hangus picks it up, and the Cannons will have a hit. The Cannons have done well on getting on to start the inning. There's just been some infield defense by the Mavericks to hold them outside of that last inning. As we go to Taylor Bulkenbush. Actually, this is number 4, as that one lands right on top of the building. Foul for strike 1. Julian Shabbat is what I have listed as we get even count at 1 now. Chabot as this one comes inside for ball 2. Bridger Johnson with an appearance on the 5 Valley Auto pitcher's mound. And Johnson finds the plate to bring up strike 2. 2-2 on the count. Runner at first, no outs. Bottom of 5. As this one comes off the middle of the bat, Martin backpedals. It's in the glove. The runner will stay at first, and that's 1 away in the 5th. And we are scheduled for 7, but folks, with the tournament, they do have an 8-run roll that happens in the 5th. So, be 5 runs for the Cannons to earn to extend this game, to at least tie it up. Or, to extend it, I apologize, as it's fouled off. We got a number 12 in now. So we'll have to check because I don't have a number 12 in my book. That would be Lubber. 1-2. And he's struck out. That's 2 away now. Bottom of 5. We go to Keegan Cottrell now for the Cannons. 2 outs, excuse me, as the first pitch will come in as ball 1. And a pop in play. Lettner backs up. Has it in the glove, and that is game, folks. Mavericks get the win 20-6 over the Cannons. So the Mavericks will have the next game coming up at 6:30. Let's double check that. 6:30 Missoula time. They will await the outcome of the next game. Mavericks get the win 20-6. Happy Father's Day to everyone out there. We'll talk to you in a few hours. Enjoy the rest of your Father's Day.
Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of Missoula Sports.
What a rush!
MPSN's coverage of Missoula Sports is proudly powered by Fuel Fitness.
Always, always, always.
Tune in next time when the Missoula Prep Sports Network has coverage of your local sports heroes.
Wee!